Hey everyone. I've been seeing a lot of comments on this channel from people who have recently passed the PE exam. First of all, huge congratulations to every one of you. And for those of you who aren't there yet, keep up the good work. Now, since this is the 100th video on this channel, I wanted to focus on a topic for those who passed the exam, specifically related to one of the next steps in engineering licensure. Today, we are going to talk about professional development hours, or PDHs. And since this is my 100th video, we are going to go through it in the same way that I used to present information on dull topics in grad school, specifically with SpongeBob memes.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
For those of you who aren't aware, professional development hours are continuing education requirements that licensing agencies require you to take in order to keep your professional engineering license active. Some would say it's for good reason, and is meant to make sure that licensed engineers continue to remain up to date in their field of knowledge and treat learning as a lifelong process. Other people might claim that it's not much better than a money grab for all of the third-party companies that offer webinars and trainings to meet these requirements. The cycle on which these PDHs are required to be completed will depend on the licensing board of the state your license comes from, but many of them will give you a break during the first year of your license being active. Make sure you know when you need to start meeting the requirements. So with that in mind, we are going to cover 3 topics today. I'm going to start by sharing with you some places that I have personally received professional development hours in the past, either completely free or free with caveats. Next, I will show how I track my hours in case I am ever audited and required to present them to my licensing board. Finally, I will give a few suggestions on how you can find out what the PDH requirements are in the state or states in which you are licensed. So on to the first topic. Where to get PDHs. The first place that I will mention is ADS Environmental Services. They are one of the big names in the realm of water resources monitoring equipment. They regularly offer free webinars about their products on their site or by email, and many count as PDHs. Note that they do specifically call out that they may or may not be accepted as a PDH provider depending on your state of licensure. So double check with your licensing board if you end up relying on these credits. The second place I will mention is NCEES. Yes, they're a PDH provider who wants to sell you stuff, but they also host free webinars from time to time. These topics vary a lot, but they occasionally offer ethics credits, which are hard to find for free and are required by many states. Just like with ADS, sign up for their email list and keep an eye out for anything that looks interesting to you. As a bonus, their website has a state-by-state breakdown of PDH requirements. More on that later. The third place I have found free webinars has been none other than the EPA. These are less frequent but highly relevant, especially if you're in water, wastewater, or environmental engineering. Like the others, they also let you sign up for email alerts about upcoming sessions. The fourth place I've found free PDHs is the massive engineering firm Gannett Fleming. They offer a whole page of free PDH webinars, and they're pre-approved by the Registered Continuing Education Program, a standard accepted by many state boards. I'll drop a few more free resources in the video description, but in the interest of time, let's move on to the next topics. So, other options that are not free, but might still be worth your time. ASCE offers its members access to on-demand webinars that cover a variety of topics. If you're already paying for a membership, you automatically get 10 free PDH credits per year. This can be an easy way to stay on track. And as a final quick note, another potentially fun or interesting way to earn credits is by attending conferences. While these are almost never free, they can be a great way of getting almost all of your yearly or bi-yearly credits knocked out in a few short days. ASCE's EWRI is one of the larger conferences that you will see each year. You can also find conferences through the AWRA or through universities or local chapters of various engineering groups as well. So now that we've talked about some of the places you can use to acquire PDHs, how do we prove that we have earned them? Most webinars give you a certificate. Conferences often give you a signed attendance sheet or a receipt listing the sessions. Save all of these documents somewhere safe so that you can present them to your state board if you are required to do so. You might not get audited every cycle, but if you are, you're going to need this stuff. The way I personally track my credits are in an Excel spreadsheet. Every license period, I start a new one to make sure that I have both the number and types of credits that I need. I also set a calendar reminder for a few months before my current license expires and needs to be renewed, so that I know to make sure that all of my PDHs for the period are done. Now this leads us to our final topic: how to know how many and what kind of PDHs you need. Requirements are going to vary widely between states. Some are going to require different numbers of PDHs every 2 years. Some want specific topics, like ethics or law. Some allow carryover into the next year, while others don't. So, how do you find out? Go straight to your state licensing board's website. It's the most reliable and up-to-date source of information, assuming their documentation is actually understandable. A second option would be to use a third-party summary like NCEES requirement page. Just make sure that the info on it is current. Always double-check anything that's not from your board directly. So hopefully after watching this video, you now have a better sense of where to earn PDHs without spending a ton of money, how to organize them, and how to make sure you're meeting your state's requirements. As a final note, thank you all again for 100 videos. Whether you've been here since video 1 or just passed the PE and found this channel last week, I appreciate every comment, like, and subscriber. This channel has grown because of all of you, and I hope that it keeps helping people to pass the PE. The suggestions in this video just come from my own personal experiences in my first years of licensure. If you've found your own favorite ways to earn or track PDHs, please drop them in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.